Ladies and gentlemen, we are rumbling and tumbling and stumbling our way towards 100 episodes of the City Pigeons podcast. Here we are for episode 90.
Is that your Chris Berman impersonation?
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. As I was doing it, I wasn't thinking about what I was going to say. And it occurred to me that I was doing Chris Berman, not intentional. I can't believe we've done 90.
Wait, where is that dude? I haven't seen that guy in a while.
Yeah, did he get canceled? Meech? Or did he retire?
No, I think he still pops up on ESPN every once in a while, but he rode into the sunset.
Well, I did
without getting canceled.
There were some people the other night who were lamenting the fact that he was not on the broadcast, and I remember watching it. It's like, how many times can this guy do this? Back, just over and over. It was out of control.
I kind of liked that he annoyed people.
You were talking.
I always enjoyed his football nicknames.
Right before we came on, you said we're going to do it live. Didn't Chris Berman have one of those wild outbursts like that?
Yeah, man. Deadspin picked him up, I think, back in the day. One, he said he used to go over to the border to Toronto and get their prescription Tylenols, but they're called like Jews, and they knock you out. It was pretty funny the way he's talking to.
I knew you would know that story for some reason.
They're definitely still on YouTube.
Well, an eventful couple days for us as fans of the best team in baseball, who sent I believe, record 8 players to the All-Star game.
It is a record.
Oh, look who it is.
In the back.
Who it is.
Finky Baby just
Fink
showed up.
has entered the discussion, folks. Thank you, Fink, for showing up. Yes, but an eventful couple days for us as Phillies fans. This feel-good ride of vibes just keeps going. And in the back of my mind, I'm trying to suppress that thought that it's just too good to be true, because I'm just not used to things that are this good. Meech, what's your advice for someone like me who's trying to suppress the demons inside and just really enjoy this moment?
Be a cynic like I am at all times. Just know that things will eventually crumble and be horrible. And if the opposite happens, then just rejoice that for once in your life something went right.
I got a question. Would you guys rather have the Phillies go into the playoffs as the number 1 seed with these high hopes and expectations, or would you rather have them go in, just barely making it?
I mean, for me, the answer to this is 100% clear, which is it's all about having home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That
didn't help last year.
Well, that's the thing. Part of me is like, we thought that would be the difference last year, and it wasn't. But I just think this team's going to be impossible to beat, having the home field advantage all the way through the playoffs. So to me, it's just like kick everybody's ass, get home field advantage, let the fans and CBP affect all these games as much as they possibly can, go from there.
See, I think that's a good question, because normally you would think that way. But when you look historically at the Philadelphia championships, like the 2017 Eagles was out of nowhere. After Wentz went down, you didn't think they would do anything. So that was they were underdogs in both home games, I believe. It was just a incredible run. 2008 Phillies, they weren't really expected to beat anybody, and ended up, even when in the World Series against the Rays, that was like a coin flip. The Rays were almost favored. They just beat the Red Sox before that. So I think historically it's better for the Philly team if they're not just the underdog or just not the clear favorite. So it's going to be hard. This would be the first time that the Philadelphia team went in as a clear favorite, took care of everybody, and won the championship. I don't remember it ever happening except the '83 Sixers, which I was 4 years old. And
sorry, I was distracted. Did you already mention the Eagles-Foles situation?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. I was looking at the phone. So I was going to say that was the one time that wasn't going on. So I'm multitasking here, Rock. Come on, dude. I'm producer.
That wasn't going on. What wasn't going on?
No. They were
underdogs at home.
You're right.
They had a second string quarterback in.
Okay.
Dude.
My point was up until the point of Foles, they steamrolled everybody and they were like the best team.
Yeah.
And
I said once Carson went down.
Right.
It was
I didn't listen to anything you said, and that's really the problem.
That's the key to a good podcast. Yeah. Don't listen to each other.
Well, we're just trying to
let everybody rant.
Yeah. By the way, I mean, it's not like we're the first people to touch on this, and I immediately put this down on my things to talk about. But what happened with that the national anthem singer there?
She checked herself into rehab. She said she was drunk.
That was a crazy turn of events right there between her singing the anthem, people, speculating as to what had happened, and then her saying she was drunk and checked herself into rehab. That's, you got to be on a heater, or I guess not a heater.
I think it's a publicity stunt. Apparently, this girl has an album or a single coming out next week, so she may have gone up there on some freelance. Oh, I'm drunk. I'm going to do something bad just to get my name out there, get my name a little bit bigger. When my album drops next week,
I ain't getting your single, and I forgot your name already.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, because you don't give a shit about country music, as neither I don't think anybody here likes country music.
I've heard this, someone else already said this, obviously, but if she had sang like a beautiful anthem, no one was going to pay attention to her. So
exactly.
Maybe she had maybe her PR team advised her to do that.
That's some good marketing right there.
Yeah. It's feeling like a sleepy night. Where is everybody tonight? Come out and join us here for the City Pigeons podcast. Okay.
Come out to the coop.
One of the things that I was thinking about that's been just crazy. This team has obviously fought through a myriad of different injuries, but like JT has been literally just like hanging, getting the knee together. What a luxury to be able to go through this entire stint without even having JT. And they could have brought him back. Maybe they were pressing to bring him back. And I was like, what the hell are we going to bring this guy back for? You know what I'm saying, Meech? You don't get that situation very often.
I like the main catcher not getting not having to catch 140 games or 130 games during the regular season. I like him getting time off because, and that's the other reason I don't care when people complain about the backup catcher, because when it comes down to it, the backup catcher is a cheerleader in the playoff. JT is going to catch every single game, and it really makes no difference.
If his knee holds up,
it'll hold up. And this is better for him because he's getting extra rest. He's going to be fine.
Now you can look at it and say, if you have I was doing my Rocky on baseball research today, and I noticed
Rocky on baseball. We're waiting for a critical mass of people to show up. We're not ready for this yet.
There's a little controversy as to who they should keep as a backup catcher, right? So I'm assuming the guy that they have in there backing up, what's his name? What's the guy's name?
Marchand?
Stubbs, yeah, backing him up is apparently a better player or whatever. So you can look at like the MB situation where you bring in a good backup. You can give JT a couple more nights off throughout the year. You know what I mean? So his knee is nice and good and healthy when the playoffs come around. So I think that is kind of a big deal.
So wait, are you saying that they should that you would prefer them to have Marchand be the backup to JT?
Well, I don't know enough about baseball to say that per se, because I know this guy Stubbs is a big locker room guy, whatever the fuck that means. So you don't want to mess up the vibes, I guess you can say. But I'm always a fan of putting the best player on the field. You know what I mean? On the whatever, the diamond, the court, whatever. So I would prefer the better player.
Did you just say the court?
No, I'm talking about like in general. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but diamond. So you also like that vibes guy who's going to put a Budweiser 12-pack on his head, empty Budweiser 12-pack on his head, wear overalls, and spray beer into everyone's
exactly.
face.
But it's a tough call, because then if you got the player who's not as good, you don't want to give JT as many nights off, because you throw this other guy, you throw the player who's not as good in, and you might take a loss for some reason. You know what I mean? So I can't really call it. I'm not that big on vibes when it comes to being professional. I'm big on skill, talent. So I think you go with the more talented player, but what do I know?
What do you think there, Meech?
Yeah. Do you want to call an audible in the middle of the show? I can move down a few inches. We could bring Fink onto the main stage. I think we could fit everybody in.
Let's just go ahead and say he deserves his own camera, and that's what we have here.
Think we need Fink.
Is he even here? Let's go to Fink. He's settled in now.
Am I settled in? I don't know.
Let's go, Fink.
I'm disheveled.
Are you disheveled?
Is that a word?
Yeah, that's a great word, buddy. You okay?
I went to the gas station that Goodhart gave me. They're closed. I had 4 miles to empty, so I had to run down Broad Street to the Met.
Get the stipend gas out.
Wait, I got a question. Why did you get the gas beforehand instead of getting it afterwards?
Because I was coming home from work, man. I had a rough day yesterday. I was tired. I was like,
yeah,
gas when I go out, and it backfired.
Make sure that microphone is in front of your mouth. I appreciate that you're talking in front of us, but
hello.
Okay, speaking of your rough day yesterday, today I was listening to the morning show on WIP, as I do time to time, and it's funny because we text each other about, hey, who's going to come to the show tomorrow night? Who's going to be there? And Fink says, I might be out because I'm moving today and I might die. Right. And that's understandable. It's 100 degrees. So I'm listening to the WP morning show and I hear Devin Caney is on, and apparently she turned her moving experience into a segment, something along the lines of like the things that suck when you're adulting. And one of the adulting things is moving and doing it 100 degrees. And I just thought the juxtaposition there was interesting. Fink saying, I may not make it because I had to move all day. Devin getting up for a show. She probably had to get up at 3 a.m. and turning it into a segment that was great content for the rest of her co-hosts. And Fink, I just wanted to know where your mind, like, were you physically or emotionally exhausted by the move to the extent that you couldn't make it?
It was like 120 degrees out yesterday.
Right.
We moved, and our new apartment is on the 3rd floor and no steps. Ooh. So it's 35 steps. Trust me.
You mean no elevator?
No elevator. No elevator. Yes, we got steps. 35 steps.
I knew what you were saying.
I think that would be a fire hazard.
Yeah, like, I'm like still out of it. Like I feel like I'm hung.
A 3rd floor walk
They don't
up?
have a service elevator?
No,
I don't believe it.
It's a building, and we just have 3 floors. It's
a building,
floors, and then we're going up.
I would have rented a crane.
We did have movers, which helped a little bit, but like I packed up my van and I carried everything in.
Wait. You had movers?
Yeah.
And you still were moving?
I mean, movers are expensive. It's fine.
Yeah, movers are expensive.
I hear you.
I got them to move all the big stuff, so all the other stuff.
But
I got you.
I do love the fact that you're complaining about how you almost died moving and you had movers. That's just.
Listen. I carried.
He didn't want to tip them, so he helped them.
I gave him a free hoagie card, dude. No, I'm kidding. But like, no offense to Dev. I mean, she lifted all the heavy boxes yesterday. She definitely walked up down them stairs for hours. She did all the work, so I understand how she's stronger than me and can go to work in the morning. Like, I don't have a full time either, Jess.
Nobody accuse you of that.
Can I just say something?
I know. Jesse's over here like, Devin woke up and went on the radio and did this.
Yeah. Can I just say something? Like somehow, like Twitter changed its settings and it says you need a premium account to create live broadcasts on Twitter. Did anyone pick up on that? Because I didn't.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh, did you send me that?
Yeah,
you sent me that? It's in. Oh, damn it. Well, you know what? This one we're gonna
Elon Musk trying to take all your money.
This is gonna be one that most people are gonna have to catch after the fact, and that's okay. We're gonna put our hearts into it one way or the other.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Well, Fink, you are absolved of any wrongdoing, even though.
He's here, man. The guy's here. He made it.
I made it.
He's been working all day.
I worked all day. I came home. I had to unpack. I made it to here.
You almost ran out of gas.
Almost ran out of gas.
Oh, you're doing TV tonight? What?
Yeah, I went on Fox 29.
Yeah.
And think that's the bad part about, like, I know if my spouse's wife was live on air, I'd get called out on a lot more shit than I do. So I get that.
Yeah, I'm happy that she hasn't called me out on more. Like, I'll take these little things.
Here's what I want to do, because we started to talk a little bit about the All-Star game and the Home Run Derby. Home Run Derby was fantastic. Bohm, who nobody expected anything to do, did great. The whole Wooder thing was great. I mean, some people are talking about Bryce Harper pandering. Does anyone have an issue with the Wooder situation?
He was even pandering to Texans. Did you see he came out with the belt buckle?
Yeah.
And he's the best, man.
He pandered in London.
He
when
just
he did the
knows
soccer
what to
slide.
do. He's the kind of guy that when he goes to Italy, he's trying to speak Italian and dressing like all the old guys there. He knows what to do in the right spot.
I think I said this before. I think he's an over panderer. Yeah, he definitely is, dude.
Yeah, I think it's totally genuine with him.
I mean, I understand he wants to wants people to like him and wherever he's at. That's cool and
See,
all.
I think
But
he's
like
past that point to where he cares if anyone.
he's clearly not. He's clearly not. That dude came out in a Pat Bev jersey, dude. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, but everyone loved Pat Bev at the time. Like,
I didn't love Pat Bev.
I'm sure
yeah, you did.
I'm sure
I'm
sent
gonna
him
go
a
to your old tweets. I'm gonna find some Pat.
I think that's when I said he was over pandering when he came out.
By
in
the way,
that
did
Pat Bev
you
jersey.
see Pat Bev just signed with like some Israeli?
Yeah, it's like
Really?
I was like, wait a minute.
Overseas team.
I was like, this is a bad time to sign with the team in Israel, but whatever.
So his last NBA act is throwing a basketball at a fan.
For now,
Yikes.
I wonder if he's going to be doing his podcast from over there.
Pat Bev, R.I.P. I mean, we did have a
Well,
nice.
not R.I.P.
Well,
Yeah, he didn't die.
no, but you get my point. We had a nice.
You're just saying that the conflict over in Israel is going to cost it.
No, I'm not making any comments on the conflict in Israel. We had a nice
Death
short
merchant.
bromance with Pat Bev, and I miss him. And I'm sorry for the fact that he's not in the NBA. Okay, so talking about the Derby, Meech, who never misses an opportunity to get into a little wagering action, right? Although you're in this case, you're really just tailing other people's brilliance. But I thought this scenario was so unique that we definitely needed to talk about this, because when, it's funny, I was thinking about, like I should put a bet on this. I'm going to watch it. I was like, do I take Bohm? No, he's not going to win. And I thought about it, and then I was just like, forget it. This bet that you ended up sending us through our buddy over at Chili Bets is phenomenal. And I was hoping that we could talk through this real quick.
Would you like me to explain it?
Let me pull it up, okay? I'm going to pull up the bet that Meech put in the other night, which did quite well for him.
And this is the kind of shit that makes Chili so great. I would have never
Shout out Chili Bets.
I would have never even saw this or realized that you could parlay all these together. But what he did, there was 8 contestants in the home run derby. So 7 of them, he said that they weren't going to hit a home run on their first swing, and parlayed them all together. All right. Now, the only one he left out was Pete Alonso, who takes the home run derby very serious, and he hit a home run on his first swing. So if he would have included all 8 participants, this would have been a losing ticket. But he Nostradamusly left out Pete Alonso, and this became a winning ticket. It was so fun to follow, because every contestant that came up, you're like, all right, man. And you could see them before their first swing. They're just warming up. They barely have their arms locked. And then some like retired school teacher is throwing them a pitch, and it's 3 feet out of the zone, and they swing and hit the ground ball to the first baseman. It happens. So I think the closest one to hitting a home run was Alec Bohm, and his might have hit the wall or hit the warning track or something. But this was a great. I mean, there was supposed to be no sports on, and I'm hitting a parlay for,
So you put a couple of hours on that? That's plus 1408. I say that's a nice payout, man.
That's got to feel good.
Hey, thank you, Chili. And then the following day, Chili gives out Jewel Lloyd from Seattle in the WNBA to get 6 assists. The first 3 baskets of the game are Jewel Lloyd assists. I was like, I turned it off right there. I said, this is over. Give me my, and it was plus 260 or something. Yeah, I played it.
A lot of value.
Jewel Lloyd.
I'll say that.
Yeah, Fink, because I was talking with Jesse about this earlier. What I love about gambling in the WNBA is they're superstars, and the superstars get their numbers like every single game. And even if it's a blowout, which most of the games aren't, they're usually within 10, 12 points, so they don't take anyone. But even a blowout, they only have like 3 or 4 girls on the bench that are viable. So they leave the superstars in for. It's only a 40-minute game. They're not getting drained. So WNBA is
Okay.
I won about 3 or 4 WNBA parlays this year, and I've lost about 6 by 1 either basket or rebound. Like they're so close. Oh, big time.
But like you said, Lloyd was 6 assists for plus what? 230 like that. And she probably averages like 4 or 5 assists a game. Like the value on like going a little bit over their like average is usually it's good. And they usually hit it at, I would say 4 out of 5 games out all the time. Like it's pretty good value in there.
And from gambling on them, I've been watching the games, and they're kind of fun to watch. Like these girls are good, man. They just got that big, huge deal from
Did they?
Yeah, 2.2 billion. I don't know what that.
I'll say this: I hate that.
Can be million.
What's up with the Wednesday afternoon game?
I love them. I love afternoon basketball games.
No, it's like in the middle of the day. It's like over by the time like 2 p.m.
You tuning in? You tuning in?
I'm a degenerate, man. I bet.
All right.
Well,
I get a score that like comes across the
Chili
screen.
put out a parlay today. It was the first one was the 1 o'clock game. It hit, and then it was Caitlin Clark to get 10 assists and some other, and she's got like 5 already. I mean,
wow. I'm thinking that I got to do one of 2 things. I either have to start watching more WNBA, or I have to get you to send me the bets that I should be placing, which sounds a lot easier.
Or you can just subscribe to Chili Bets. It's listen, they give out free 10-day passes all the time. If you're not taking advantage of this, it's not on me. It's not my
Do
responsibility.
you not
to
make
send
your own
you-
decisions anymore? Have you relied only on chili bets? Come on, you're better than that.
That's what it
No,
sounds
I
like.
do, but
You lose your own, and then you make
like
up.
when they send some brilliant shit like no on the first pitch, I look at it, I'm like, you know what? This makes so much sense because the guys are going to be nervous, the pitcher's going to be nervous throwing to them, and
Right.
it's going to take them a few
So
swings
you
just to get
evaluate
into the rhythm.
You evaluate whatever they
Right.
recommend.
I don't take everything they send out because it's too involved. It's
You're
too
not a
much.
chili bet
Do you-
sycophant.
Do you ever alter the bets? Like you see what he's got, and you're like, you know
No,
what? I like that.
No,
but
that's your
some
move.
you
that
shit.
is
That's
my
your move.
Yeah, that is
Rocky
my
is notorious for taking.
I never undercut people's bets.
Notorious. Rock is notorious for taking bets from Meech and cutting a leg or two off because he thinks, oh, that's not going to happen, and then he bitches when Meech's bet hits and everyone else wins money. True or false, Rock?
True.
Well, he wins. too,
I'll
but
win money,
he'll
but I just don't
like
win as
a
much.
fourth as much.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. Whatever. I'm still
Amazing.
up.
Yeah, it's
My
amazing.
account's in the is that the black? Is that how they say it in gambling?
I think it's black, man.
My account's
Yeah.
in the black.
Very
You
good.
don't want to be in the red.
Nah. I haven't
know what?
logged into that account
You
for today for a long time.
I don't think there's any reason to hold out any longer because I was about to turn to Embiid and USA basketball. Before we do that, let's just do this. Let's roll right into it. Let's get our Rocky on Baseball segment going here.
What?
Rocky on Baseball.
Rocky on baseball.
Let me get a
I don't
quick
know.
Rocky on baseball question. Rock,
Sure.
Yeah.
I went to my very first. Let me ask you a personal question.
Mhm.
I went to my
Oh.
very first Phillies game of the year, which this is way late in the
This is
season
very
for me to
late.
go for
Questionable.
my first
Best
game.
season in years.
Mm.
I went on Sunday.
Mhm.
They lost 18-3.
Ooh,
Am I allowed back? Like,
Yeah.
I'll
No.
tell you why.
It was
No,
hot as hell.
I'll
bro.
tell you why you're allowed back because that game was a scheduled loss. I told you guys it was a scheduled loss.
Just did say
They
that.
were trying to give their guys rest. When you start Orion Kirkering, do not tell me you're trying to win the game. You're hoping that maybe you'll win the game, but you do not care. Didn't Stubbs
I
end
think
up pitching?
They just
Did Stubbs pitch in that game?
yes.
Okay. Like, let's be serious. You just happened to be at the game before the All-Star break. It was the worst game you could possibly go to. And guess what? Kind of serves you right because you waited so long to go to your first game.
So wait,
You got the
so-
schedule.
I got a
now-
question now.
Do I have to go back
So-
soon to like,
No, that game
Yeah,
is
you got to
irrelevant.
get the stink off you, bud. No, you got to get the stink off because if I remember correctly, the game you went to before this game was the last game of
Game
the
se-
NLCS,
Game 7 of
Ew.
the
which was we all know how
It's
that.
not a
ended.
great
Yeah,
fact.
it didn't
So
end well.
you got to get the stink off you. So
I don't.
get back out
I don't
there.
think. Okay, if it was 18-3, in the middle of the week, like 2 weeks before, and
But it was against the Oakland Athletics.
yeah, but I don't. I think that game is a total aberration. Look, this team is so historically good. If they had won that game, I think they would have tied the record for the most wins before the All-Star break. Listen to this, dude. So my dad is he's paid so much attention to baseball over the years. I said to my dad, you realize if they had won that game, they would have tied the record for the most wins before the All-Star game. He goes, yeah, but the All-Star game's later than it usually is. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, oh yeah, the All-Star game's later than it usually is. So that wouldn't have mattered at all. And I'm like, yeah, you know your shit, man. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Should
You
have-
believe that?
should have him on baseball.
Yeah. Let's get Eddie on
Eddie on
baseball.
Eddie on
Fast Eddie
baseball.
on baseball.
Well,
You know what?
and-
I'm
and while-
holding. I've
while I
been
was
holding the
talking about-
gov. I'm thinking maybe on the 100th episode. You know what I might do for the 100th episode? I might leave you guys behind and do an episode with my dad, Ray Diddy, and Michael Barkan because I think I can make that happen. Do you guys think I should do that?
No, I think
I'd leave me behind for that.
I think a better show would be you, your dad, and your son.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my son, he's like any 12-year-old
He
kid.
knows a lot of sports. Doesn't
He does, but he might
I would like
tense
to.
up a little bit.
I would like to see the three generations talking about sports, Philly sports.
It's not a
Let-
bad
let me
idea.
break
That
this-
could go bad. Or
Let me break
well,
this father-son moment up with
Sure.
after the game on Sunday. Do you know where I went?
Delilah's
Do we want to know?
Close.
cheerleaders
Cheerleaders. I don't think it. I mean,
with your
I have,
kids.
I have a pretty good memory. No, not with my
Oh,
kids.
you said it with the father and son.
Yeah,
I thought you took
like,
one of your
no, I
kids.
said I
hate
No.
break up
Yeah,
my
who's
father-son
breaking it
moment.
up? Come on, guys. Let them.
But I went with three of my buddies that I've been friends with most of my life, and my one friend got a driving service. It ended up being this huge bus, and it was only us 4 in this bus, right? So the guy driving the bus was this real short Mexican guy. He spoke broken English. So after he waited for us for the game, he's wearing a suit. After the game, he's like, my buddy is like so outspoken and arrogant. He's like, we're going to cheerleaders. Like, it's the last place I wanted to go. I have no interest in going. I don't ever remember going to cheerleaders. I'm a Northeast Philly.
Yeah, wait, what were the
club.
places up there called?
Daydreams and Dangerous Curves.
They wear nothing but a
Dangerous
smile.
curves.
Wait, what was it called thing?
Daydreams. They wear nothing but a smile.
Nice.
Wow.
And I remember I grew up in Somerton, and right on Philmont and Bustleton, there used to be a club called Visions 2, and it had a sign that said Stopless Go-Go, and the S in Stopless was like crooked to the left. So it was like up in the air, and it just said Topless Go-Go. Like I even caught the subtlety as a little 9-year-old back in the day. But it was a titty bar, like in the Northeast. I never went to that one. I never had an ID for that.
Keep talking.
But I went to Dangerous Curves and Daydreams a few times with my buddies.
Dangerous Curves. What a great name.
Nice.
So I never
Roosevelt Boulevard.
I never
or
been to
the strip bar.
I never been to cheerleaders. And I went in there, and it looked like one of those strip clubs that you see in like a '90s cop show. Like it was
Like
hilarious.
the Bada Bing.
Yeah, it was even different from that. There was like not couches, but just like booths that were it was weird, man. Like it was just nostalgic, and I was more interested in the ambiance than
What was
getting
going on?
But we were buying the driver, Chris, a lap dances the whole time.
He's probably loving it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I mean, we had a good time.
Nice.
Me and my buddies.
And before that, I think, were we going to do Rocky on baseball? Because
Yeah.
I
We got
hijacked
time.
Rocky
Okay.
on baseball.
I mean, I'll
made
make it quick
Meech
though.
on
Anyway,
strip
No, you
club.
don't make it
on
quick.
titties.
Yeah.
Meech on the strip
On the
club.
strip club.
Rocky on
Anyway.
baseball. Here we go.
So we'll do the Rocky on Baseball All-Star version, right? So let's start with the home run derby on Monday night, which
Sucked.
I did not watch. I'm not going to be sitting here lying about it. But we had the national anthem with the girl drunk up there.
Right, covered that.
Apparently the introductions were very long, right? So you guys watched this home run derby.
Yeah. Each player had like a star they had to go stand on and look awkwardly in the
Very
camera.
weird. Yeah, and I mean, I saw a little bit of that yesterday when all the guys came out and they put the hat on the little kid and they walk over. Even that seemed pretty long. But I heard
Every
the
All-Star game introduction is stupid and long. And
Yeah.
Can I say something on a related note? I was looking at like somehow they showed like the programming schedule and they're like All-Star red carpet at 2 p.m. I'm like, 2 p.m. I was like, the All-Star game starts at 8 p.m.
That's when they come in with their
Like, who's
fists. That's when
watching?
they come in with their
I know,
fists,
and I
bro.
did
Come
see
on.
that. And Alec Boehm had like all the teams he had played for on his jacket. Props to Boehm, he handled it well.
Anyway.
Anyway.
So you had the home run derby. Our boy represented for a little bit, but he got screwed with the order, right? Because he went first and then he had to wait forever. So
2 hours.
yeah, that's ridiculous. Like I said, I didn't watch it. I watched the highlights on ESPN. They need to get rid of some of these, bonus rounds and all that other bullshit. And another thing with the
Doesn't
All-Star,
like the bonus round.
yeah, another thing with the home run derby and the All-Star, they need to bring some more skills in there. I need some more skills challenges like they have in NBA. You know what I mean? Like, how fast can you throw a pitch? How like, you know what I mean? Like, can you gun somebody down from left field or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see some more
I
skill
think,
challenges. because-
honestly, like that's not a terrible idea, but the problem is all that stuff happens so randomly that it's kind of hard to set it up and be like, okay, you're going to do this. But it's not a
what do you
terrible
mean it
idea.
happens
But
randomly?
But let me see a question.
I saw those. They used to have All-Star challenges. Like I remember seeing Benito Santiago throwing through a fake thing at second base.
I remember that. Yeah.
Like an accuracy
All right,
challenge.
well,
But
bring
let's-
that shit back.
But let's be honest. You want what they do in basketball where they dribble around 3 cones and throw the ball through a giant
Yeah,
hoop?
it's more
No one
than-
gives a shit about that.
I mean, it's more entertaining than watching the dudes hit balls
Nah.
a million times.
no, the home
I
run is
think
one of
it
the
is.
most captivating things in American sports.
Not really.
I do not care as much if someone can throw the ball from center field to home plate. The home run derby is fantastic, dude. Don't this is where
I'm
Rocky
shitting
on
on it.
baseball.
Anyway,
You're just a little out of touch.
another thing,
It's a
why
fact.
like why aren't is this like kind of like the dunk contest where like the top guys aren't in it every year? Because like,
Similar.
where was like the Aaron Judge and the
he's a
Sohail?
pussy. He never joins.
He's all right.
No, he's done it. It's like imagine this, like LeBron's not going to do the has LeBron's never
done dunk
never.
contest.
That's a joke, by the way.
Kobe's done the dunk contest.
Yeah, like you should do it when you're coming up.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? You should do it while you're coming up. And
LeBron never came
I get
up.
like you're not going to do the dunk contest every year, but like Harper, he won the home run derby when he was in Washington, right? But he just has no desire to do that every year. And a lot of these guys, by the way, and this is some baseball knowledge that you're probably not familiar with. Some of these guys are worried about screwing up their swings or like where they are in the season.
That's another thing with baseball. This whole these guys are so regimented and whatever.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Do you play golf?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know when you're playing golf, like how
I don't count how many swings I'm taking?
Okay, but like if you get like one thought in your mind, all of a sudden like you're absolutely terrible. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
nah, I'm not a head case like
okay,
you, bro.
but the guys on the tour are absolutely like that.
Yeah,
They're absolutely like
Yeah,
that. Speaking of which, we'll get to your British Open picks at a certain point tonight.
All right.
These guys, man, like if they come into the home run derby, this is totally legitimate, by the way. I totally believe this. If they come into the home run derby and they're like, all right, well, I got my BP pitcher pitching. I know I got to swing. My launch angle's got to be X to hit home runs. They start taking, you take a lot of swings when you're doing that. You change your approach. I think that's totally legit. A guy like Bryce Harper, who's like playing to win the World Series and needs no more acclaim.
All right, so they sacrifice.
Like, I'm not going to do.
So they sacrifice.
I'll just hold this water jug instead.
So they sacrifice foam to the home run derby. Well, clearly he's not important.
No, I mean Bohm. Look, someone was asking me, if it made sense for Bohm to do this, right? Obviously, he's not a home run guy. And I'm like, absolutely, it makes sense for Bohm to do this. Do you know how many more people know who Alec Bohm is after that?
I agree.
Okay, that is a marketing opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Alec Bohm would be a freaking idiot if he didn't accept that. And by the way, we were all thinking, oh, he's going to accept this. He's not going to look like a home run hitter. And you know what? He had more home runs than anybody in the first round.
True.
So Alec Bohm should be commended for taking that opportunity.
Shout out Bohm.
Agent, his whole team are like, hell yeah, we got so much more to work with now. If this guy finishes season strong, Phillies win the World Series, major money in this guy's future. So you don't think like
that
this.
Grand Slam, that walk-off Grand Slam in Game 7
about
of the
the
World
layers of baseball, because Rocky on baseball
I do
is a novelty segment.
I do think about the layer. That's why I'm asking these fucking questions.
These are facts.
Like another thing I picked up was who the hell's throwing these dudes the ball? Like if they all have they
hand pick them.
It's somebody who
Bohm's guy was he won a home run derby when he was younger, and he told the guy, if I ever make the majors and make a home run derby, I'm going to make you my pitcher. And so he brought him along. It's like that's a cool ass story.
I like that. No, listen, I like it. I was just confused as to how they pick these people.
It's usually their high school coach,
and then is there
dad or their uncle or
is there some sort of regulation as to how they can pitch it? Because why don't they just loft it up? And they just like have those dudes just smack the shit out of it.
That's not how it works. Yeah, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. They have to change their angle.
It's easier to smash a ball because they're so close. When you throw a little dart, it's like it's still coming in at 90 miles an hour.
Yeah. So each one of these guys
velocity to smash it out.
Each one of these guys has a very specific location that they want the ball, and it's just a question of who can do that for them. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about.
Got it.
The guy was it the Dodgers guy? He's done it a million times. Like there's certain guys that goes. Can I tell a funny story, by the way, related to this? That's funny to me, at least. So I have been the assistant coach on a travel baseball team for many years, and like I'll straight up be trying to throw BP like that, like close, and I'll get like the yips, and I'll just start like throwing the ball. Like I have a miss. Like I start throwing the ball down to the left, and I'm like, my bad, dude, my bad. I'm like, oh shit, my bad. And the kids are sitting up there like, what are you doing,
coach?
It's pathetic. I mean, if I were to try to do that, I mean, there was a couple times where, by the way, when the pitchers, they didn't get all of the pitches in. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That was just mismanagement, right? If you leave 5 pitches on the table, that's just absurd. Meanwhile, I see Kev Crisp in the chat. I just want to say shout out to Kev Crisp or anyone else who was finding us tonight. We're having some issues. Twitter changed the stupid rules on us. Screw Elon Musk.
Put the link on Twitter as to where they can.
By the way, I need to start a GoFundMe to upgrade to the premium account to make sure that we get on there. Wait, real quick,
Fink. Premium, and we'll have to make money.
Fink, what are your thoughts
hard
on
over there?
this?
He's working hard.
Fink is trying to. He's trying to figure it out. Fink, what's the deal with Twitter?
I've been trying to do everything. I'm trying to go live, do different things. We did post a link. But usually you can do the live stream right to Twitter.
It's so easy.
Got it.
Video on Twitter.
Well, the real ones will come over here. You know what I mean?
Well,
if you a real one,
Not a lot of real ones tonight.
Two
It's
real
all
ones.
right.
That's a 5.
We're
bro.
doing this.
Yo, tell
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Meech.
at Elon Musk, tell me you'll send him a hoagie tray.
All right.
Send you on the hoagie tray.
So yeah, shout out
All right,
Bowman in the home run derby, and
I've
then
been very disruptive to Rocky on
it's
baseball.
all good. Everybody
My
has,
apologies.
but no,
Keep
this
going.
is what I wanted because I have some questions and I needed answers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yep.
Anyway,
You're learning.
yes, thank you. Moving on to the All-Star game, we had a couple Phillies in there. They all represented pretty well, I would say. They all got some hits.
It's true. So you did watch the All-Star
I
game, though?
did watch the All-Star
Okay.
game. Boring as hell. I must admit, it was effing boring.
I'm with Rock on that.
I
Boring.
turned it off.
So boring.
I turned it off after Chris
Boring.
Sanchez.
You know what?
Shit.
I'd be
Yeah.
lying. I didn't make the end of it.
All right, so I was the only one who
Oh my
made it
God.
through there. Anyway,
You're the big baseball fan.
the
Is that Paul?
even what's my man's name? The long-haired Strom. That's his
Matt
name.
Strom.
He got
Even-
one at bat, right? Didn't he?
At bat. I'm like
One batter.
He struck some
Struck him
people
out.
out. He
Struck
struck them
his
out.
ass
Yeah.
out.
So they all represented well. The games it sucked. It was boring. I'd much rather watch a NBA All-Star game, something like that.
I mean, that's garbage.
I might.
too.
I think
I think
that's
all-star games kind of suck.
they do.
You got a
all kinda
point.
suck.
There's really not a good one. Okay, quick question.
Yeah.
Hate to interject.
Oh my god.
Hate to steal your thunder, but I think this needs to be discussed. There's been a lot of debate about the All-Star game uniforms. Rock, do you know that the players used to wear their own team's uniforms during the All-Star game? Are you familiar with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of people are saying they would prefer the players to wear their own team's uniform. And I will say, when you look out and you see the players playing together and they all have their own team's uniform on, it's kind of cool that they're on the same field. But there's a part of me that's like, well, I mean, they're all on the same team. So I don't mind the idea that they're wearing an all-star uniform with their team's logo on the side. What I actually liked is when they wore their team's hat. Wasn't there a time, Meech, you are the general on this. Wasn't there a time where they wore a uniform with just the team hat? What's your opinion? Please discuss.
To be honest with you, I don't really remember, but I know there was a in the 2000, like the late 2000s, when Howard and all those, because when they didn't produce all-star jerseys, or when Phillies weren't.
I feel like we're about to blame Fanatics.
No, this is like the Phillies didn't really have all-stars until the 2007-ish. So though I remember like I have a manual all-star shirt from Anaheim when he was the coach, and it's like cool as shit. I wish I had the jersey. I remember the Ryan Howard Pittsburgh all-star shirt that he won the home run derby in. I don't even know if they wore that in the game. But I don't have very vivid memories.
All right.
But I think they used to wear the cap and with the regular shirt. But like the American League would wear the away jerseys, and the National League would wear the
Right,
white.
but they'd all wear their own team.
Yeah, they wear their own team.
What's
I don't
your?
think it
But I don't
matters,
mind
dude.
as long as it's
Yeah.
creative. Like I don't think.
But it's obviously not creative for
They
them.
weren't creative. If you
They
look
were
back
terrible.
at like
Yeah, they weren't that exciting.
I think it was 2009. Victorino made the All-Star team in St. Louis. Those St. Louis jerseys were cool as shit. Like that, like you have to be creative with the jerseys and cater them to the city. Like, what were they trying to do with yesterday's? Make them look like fucking cowboy outfits?
Kev
I don't
Chris
get
was
it.
right on this. He said that's crazy. NBA All-Star is terrible. He's right
It's
on
right.
top of
I mean,
Rock.
all
It's
All-Stars are
true.
terrible.
It's
Kev,
awful.
now.
Kev, much respect, but the NBA All-Star game is 10 times better than that
No, they're
baseball
all
game I
bad.
watched
Just-
yesterday.
just-
They're
They're
there's
all
no need
bad,
to
but the
qualify.
NBA game
They're
is
all nobody gives a shit anymore,
Yeah.
and they suck.
And at the end of the day, it's almost ridiculous, the idea that MLB would just give up the opportunity to create the revenue that's generated by selling the All-Star jerseys, which you don't see a lot of people walking around. I mean, sometimes you see people walking around the NBA All-Star stuff, but
they don't
this-
sell those All-Star jerseys.
no, they do. That's
Oh.
what I'm saying. You know?
That's
And
what
if
they're
they
doing.
don't
It's a
add it-
money
don't make
grab.
quantities of them like they used to.
Real quick,
because of-
and sorry to further interject on Rocky on baseball, but Meech, speaking of Fanatics, I just would like to hear your thoughts on the video that surfaced of Michael Rubin at the MLB All-Star game throwing the baseball. Go ahead, buddy.
Dude, it's like he has he's never thrown anything in his life. Like has he ever thrown out something in the trash can? Like the guy had the arm reflexes. Like if I was a doctor, I'd be like, dude,
You
there's
see it?
something wrong with you.
Look
like
it up. Look it up right now.
No, I'm not because I'm
No, you
not going to
have to.
disrespect
No, you
him
have
over
to.
here, man.
No, look
I
it
might
up.
end up
Okay,
with
let me say
job
this.
as fanatic.
I
someday.
respect Michael Rubin
Yeah,
for
shout out Mike
for
Rubin,
the following
man.
thing. I grew up as a kid who skied in the Poconos and they got really into snowboarding. No one gave a shit about it, but there were like these ski shops and like the people. He started a ski shop, somehow went from a ski shop to Fanatics. And for that, I respect him. But I do not respect him given that he literally cannot throw a baseball. That was the saddest thing I have ever seen. And the fact that he was putting it out there. And then it was multiple attempts for him to throw on, you know how when you go to the baseball game.
I just looked at it.
But there's that thing that there's the thing that gauges how fast you throw the ball when you're a kid. Everybody wants to go in there. He had like multiple attempts in there where the ball's going like 7 feet high, and it's like saying 48 miles per hour. I mean,
It makes me angry.
No, you guys are ruining my
Meech is
chance
angry
of
that a guy that is
getting my
that
invitation to the
sauce
white party
with
man.
his
But that
baseball.
guy, he's that involved in sports and he can't throw a pitch.
I agree. Tom Brady
Like,
couldn't
just
teach him how to fucking throw.
Get the fuck out of the sports industry, dude. Just leave. Leave. Like,
Headache.
go away.
God,
I'm cool with you,
that was
Mike
awful.
Rube.
All right, how much Rocky and Baseball? I know
We got a little bit left. It's nothing.
we have not gotten to our favorite segment of the Rocky on Baseball segment, which
Anyway.
is the Phillies' upcoming giveaways.
Yeah.
But go
So
ahead.
anyway, we had the All-Star game last night. Phillies represented
Sucked.
well. National League's lost, but whatever.
Who cares?
Shout out to the Phils.
American League, whatever.
Oh, speaking of promotions, I tried to bribe one of the ladies at the thing because they had a separate table for the Castellanos
Whoa.
basketball jerseys that in like larger sizes.
Okay.
It was a 14 and under giveaway. Did you know they had gave away Castellanos basketball jerseys?
Well,
Yeah.
I did know that because so
I
this
got
is,
one, Meech.
hold on. This is an
Did you get one?
interesting
Want me to sell it
subtopic
No,
because
I just tried to give a lady $20 just to be I didn't even want it. I just wanted to see if I could get it, and she fucking turned it down.
Oh.
Like
She probably had
front
to.
gate,
In your
the
pocket.
front gate lady, or
She probably had to.
No.
wait,
they
think
had
real
the front
quick.
gate, and then they had another table set up with like adult sizes for fat kids, I guess.
Okay, hold
It
on.
was 14 and under. You had to be a fat fuck to get an adult large. Sorry.
Wait, hold on,
Don't
real
fucking-
quick.
I'm not trying to make fun of it. There's fat kids. What do you want me to do about it?
Hold on. Think. Did you say you got one
yeah, I got a gift. It was a gift.
from a kid?
No,
No.
from an usher, he's banging. I mean,
Whoa!
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Anyway.
No, I'm not.
I don't know what happened there.
Anyway, yeah, the All-Star game was terrible.
I meant like that
We got
old
the second
lady
half
who
of the
was a
stop.
bad joke.
Pause.
I'm trying to
No.
move on from this.
Shut that out.
Hold
That was
on.
a bad joke.
Pause because we had an interesting interaction where Meech had stated he was going to the game, the 18-3 debacle scheduled loss, but it was hot as shit that day. So
Blazing.
I said something like, you better, something like, what are you going to wear? And he said, oh, no. I said, you got to wear Orion Kirkring shirt because Orion was starting. He said, no, I got to go with a basketball jersey because it's so hot. And I was like, well, what basketball jersey are you going to go with? He said he went with the Wilt Chamberlain. I guess that's okay. We'll give him a pass. But then I saw that it was a Castellanos tank top giveaway. And I was like, well, this is perfect. But I didn't realize they were limiting it to 14 and under or larger children. So either way, love to get into the mind.
Yeah, you needed to bribe with over $20 in order to get it.
I gotta say, they are so strict on that because they were giving away like a sleeveless hoodie thing that my kid wanted, and we couldn't go, but my wife went with our other kid, and they tried to get more than one, and they were like, hell no. Like they're strict, man. You cannot
You'll
hustle
probably
them.
lose your job, man.
Cannot hustle them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could just
All right,
beat the
my bad.
officer up and take.
Rocky on baseball. Let's wrap this up.
Oh,
Here we
yeah,
go.
let's wrap this up. So we got the second half coming up. Phillies are still
That's
tops
true.
in the league.
That's true too.
We got JT coming back soon, right? Soonish, hopefully, maybe.
I mean, honestly, I think they're just letting them take a sweet old time. Get
All
as
right, yeah.
strong as possible.
All right,
We're
so we
still
got that. We
kicking
got a lot
ass.
to look forward to. We got rid of the stink of what's his name, Walt Whit.
Walt Whit.
Walt
Yeah,
Whit.
Walt Whitman.
Without Walt Whitman, Whit Merrifield, he's gone. Get the stink out of the locker room.
Stink of Whit Merrifield.
So we got
Walt Whitman.
coming up this Friday. We got the Phillies returning. They are going to where are they going? They're going to Pittsburgh to face that guy who started for the National League yesterday.
Well,
Win.
Right,
Speaking
Skins?
of which,
That dude looked like a beast, by the way. I know you guys know who that guy is, right?
Like a weirdo to me.
Yeah,
are you wait?
That
Speaking
Whitney
of,
is
hold on.
baby Gronk rizzed up his girl.
Speaking of Skeens, there's somebody who's labeled
brother.
their name Skeens.
That better be a
doesn't
self-driving
look safe.
Are you driving, dude? Like,
That's against
come
the law,
on.
brother.
It's against the law, brother.
Say something.
It's not against the law.
Is his name
Rocky
say
did it one
Skeens?
time. Rocky was in the
It's
car one
awful.
time. It's not against the law.
My angle was good though. Your angle was
Yeah, can't hear
Yes.
you. All right,
What
Mark
do you mean
Goodhart
can't
has
hear?
entered the program, and he's labeled himself as Skeens because he's a closet Pirates fan.
He's not a closet Pirates fan. He wears
That's true.
Pirates gear here all the time.
and that doesn't make any sense because you can't have two National League teams. Everybody knows that, and he's going to give you some garbage about where he grew up or whatever. Mark, by the way, I still would like to go to the Phillies game. If you have any extra tickets, love you, buddy. What's going on?
Don't listen to
I
him,
grew up
Mark.
in Mount Airy, dude. Come on. I just want to let you
Shout out Mount Airy.
know. I know not everyone was a big fan of this, and I'm not trying to rewind, but when they actually, the All-Star Game is called the Midsummer Classic because when we were younger, it actually was a big deal, and the players gave a shit. And then they instituted that rule for a few years where the winner would get home field advantage in the World Series, and people didn't like that, but gave them something to play for. I mean, it's better than a coin flip or alternating. I don't
They
know.
still didn't care. That was a stupid idea. Listen, Mark,
Skeens is
I can't-
electric. That was a great game for the first inning when
Go
he was
Pirates.
pitching. Him facing Soto and Judge was fantastic for any baseball
He didn't
fan. I
strike
mean, the guy's
anybody out.
amazing.
Corny.
well, I don't know. That guy looks
He
like
should
a
have struck out the side.
They got
Well, he
Mark,
actually did
if-
strike out
if you-
Soto, and the catcher dropped the ball. The ball pitch was right over the plate.
okay. No, that
If
was
I
not
was
a great pitch.
pitching, I would strike everybody out.
Me too. I
Just
wouldn't
saying, I'm built
I wouldn't let
different, but-
anybody hit the ball.
Mark, if the Phillies are playing the Pirates and Skeens is on the mound, are you wearing a Skeens jersey?
I do not own a Skeens jersey.
That's shocking.
not yet.
No.
Anyway, so
You know,
Mark,
it's
I
it's
can't- I
you
can't
bring up
condone
an
this activity.
you bring up an interesting point because I've actually been thinking a lot about the series this weekend, and this Pirates Phillies thing for me has not really been any kind of a challenge. When I was a little kid, it didn't matter. I was a little kid. I could cheer for both teams. And then ever since then, the Pirates have been so bad that it just doesn't matter. And then when the Pirates were good for a few years, the Phillies were horrible in 2013, 14, 15. This is an interesting series this weekend because the Pirates are actually a game and a half out of the wild card. And arguably the games mean more to the Pirates right now than they do the Phillies because the Phillies sort of have it wrapped up. But I'm actually going Phillies because the end of the day, this is going to be a legendary season, and I love both teams, and the Phillies are probably going to win the World Series. So we got to keep it rolling.
That's the only reason at the end of the day.
Hey, Mark,
we're gonna-
that's nice of you to choose the Phillies. Thank you, because they're doing well. Listen, I have to let you go because the only thing I can think about while I'm talking to you is the headline, man crashes while joining podcast in rainy weather driving. So I just can't condone this behavior. And, hopefully you'll
You
be
could
rooting for the
actually start
Phils.
that headline: "Car accident lawyer crashes while podcasting
Yes,
in the rain."
represents himself.
This is not going to go good for your
Doomed to
your
lose.
lawsuit.
Okay, we got to get him out of here. Mark, thank you.
Love you
We
guys.
you, but
Love
you
you,
can't
Mark.
do it. My God.
Anyway,
I just
Oh my
want to say
God.
for the record,
Put
my
finger.
buddy Austin is a big Pittsburgh fan. He's from there, and I just want to say fuck the Pirates. Just
all right.
and Austin. So
Oh, wow. Your buddy. So you just said that.
he's my
By the
buddy,
way,
but he knows.
Listen, I just want to say, chill guy, you're right on. Is this dude driving? LOL. The funniest thing is last week it was tell the guy in the kitchen that his mic is muted. And this week it's is this dude
Is this dude
driving?
drive? He
Damn.
reminded me of.
I just want to say for
you
everyone who's
remember
not listening, his name is Mark.
G-Cobb would make all those videos while he's driving in his car, and everyone commenting would be like, "Dude, you should be careful and pay attention to the road."
Listen, I just want everyone to know this name is Mark Goodhart. Okay, he's not the
Great
dude
lawyer,
driving
good heart firm.
or the
Look
guy
him
in the
out.
kitchen. He's just a man. You
All right,
know, he's
so-
just a man who's confused about his fandom. Okay, Rocky, go ahead,
So
buddy.
we got the series against the Pirates coming up, followed by a series at the Twins, I believe it is, and then they come home next week for Friday night against. Hold on,
Did some research.
yes, I did. I always
No,
do.
I
Got the
saw that.
Cleveland Indians next Friday,
Guardians.
7:26. Guardians.
Can't say Indians anymore.
All right,
man.
whatever.
Sorry.
6:30. We got the Pico
Power play.
Energy Trey Turner bobblehead night.
Ooh, that's a nice item.
next
Are you gonna
Friday.
get one for Dean? Are you going?
I'm not going.
I like the segment where Rock looks at his phone and looks up the schedule.
and then on Sunday, that Sunday also against the Guardians at 1:35 on a Sunday, we got the Philadelphia Water Ice. Kyle Schwarbaum.
Shout out Quiff. That's my boys.
So if you're going to go down to the game next week on Friday, you get yourself a bobblehead. If you're going on Sunday, you get yourself a towel. You might need to put it over your head. It's going to be a little hot out there, probably.
It's always hot.
At 1:30.
Always hot.
So that's what we got.
I'll be in Wildwood this weekend.
Next weekend, bro.
Yeah, next weekend.
He's starting there next weekend. By the way, we are expecting a live report from Wildwood next week from you. Okay, buddy?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that was a scintillating Rocky on baseball that lasted a half hour because of all the interjections.
You guys got to just let me flow. Just let me go.
I feel like they were warranted.
They were. They definitely were. I had some questions I needed answered.
Okay.
I got the answers I was looking for.
I got a couple more things that I want to get to. And I got to give credit to Meech on this because Meech has been watching USA basketball and their performance so far like a hawk. And he
or like a guy who works from home who's got nothing to do during the day but watch Olympic prelims.
That could be the case as well.
Is that a hawk?
Okay, but you sent us some clips of Embiid in the USA basketball. What are they playing in? Like the showcases or something, right?
Today was in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Gosh, yeah.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
But this is all like pre-Olympic stuff that doesn't actually matter, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Warm-ups.
They're just making money selling tickets to these games.
It is kind of concerning, not concerning for the Sixers or anything, but Embiid doesn't fit with the Team USA. He just
does he fit with any team?
Here we go.
Anthony Davis is
upset.
Is killing it, and
I've seen a lot of that talk going on about Anthony Davis and Embiid, but I want to get into that. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show this video real quick because if you've been watching Joel Embiid over the years, he does some things that are frustrating, and he has a signature move that he has utilized many times at the end of games in an attempt to try to get himself to the foul line. And so I just would like to show this. It's been a while since we had someone leave for a pee break, but it is what it is.
We were showing a clip.
Here we go. Let's show this Embiid clip real quick.
Started the game. Nice pass. Sharp bounce. Embiid.
I mean, I have to show it again if you're watching. Take a look at so if you're not watching and you're listening, essentially Embiid kind of does like a backdoor cut. LeBron's got the ball at the top of the key. Nice pass. Embiid could have so easily like gone straight up and had got a layup, but he sees Nikola Jokic coming at him and decides he's going to do the token Embiid arm swing and attempt to get fouled.
Which, when you move the ball away from the basket in FIBA, they're not going to call. You're not making an attempt to score, so they're not calling this foul ever.
No, Fink, where are you going? Stay here. All right, here we go. I'm going to show it again.
Started the game. Nice pass. Sharp bounce. Embiid.
It is a foul.
I mean,
it's a foul based on NBA standards.
I will say this in his defense. He obviously has very long arms. So he knows if he reaches down with the ball and extends those arms fully and comes up, someone is bound to foul him.
Yeah.
And my problem with this is he does this you've seen him do this at the end of games, right? And when the foul's not called, it's like
happened in the next.
Why not actually try to score?
Instead of taking it to the hoop, he tried to draw a foul and he couldn't get the foul, and that was the end of the series, right? I mean, it was it. Now, Fink, I love you, buddy, and I know you love Embiid, but do you think that's like a cool move? Like, do you think it's a legit move, or do you think that's corny?
It gets annoying because he's good. He's great. Like, and I know that
he's better than that.
He's way better than that. So, like, when he does stuff like that, it just gets annoying because it's like, Embiid, you are one of the top players in the NBA. Like, he could be dominating them, and it's just this dumb ticky-tacky stuff that he does like that. And like, you're even if you get that call 50% of the time, is it worth it? Look how that was. Like,
he's stronger and bigger than everyone else in the court. Act like it.
It's a lazy move.
Fucking
listen.
Act like
there we go. Lazy move.
It's a lazy move.
I've seen him do that where he has his back to the basket and then he turns and does it. Maybe I can defend that. But in this case, there was no one between him and the basket, and he just sees Jokic coming from the foul line, decides he's going to do the swoop under him. I mean, it's just a joke. I don't understand.
He just takes that ball right to the hoop. He might get the foul.
Right.
It's a lazy move.
Right. But this is why I have a problem with him. he's thinking about getting the foul.
Yeah.
There's nothing about that move that he makes that's about actually trying to score. He's
Well,
trying to get the
that
foul.
move-
And if you don't,
You can't score. You can't get
It's
an
awful.
M1 in that.
That
It's
move
awful.
is so embedded in his bag that it's
just
just like a
awful.
bad habit. Like
I'm
it's hard to
sorry.
get rid of. You know what I mean?
I'm
And
sorry.
maybe this time with the Olympics, it might help him get rid of that a little bit.
I just-
You know what I mean?
That's what I keep reading. Like playing in the FIBA will help him understand. No, it won't. He's the same. He's not going to change. He's the same fucking dude.
somehow I just had this vision of Embiid walking in the door like 7'2".
Hello.
just like,
I heard you
"Screw
guys talking
guys,"
shit
just
about me.
killing all of us.
You
But
guys
yeah,
talking
I mean,
shit
Fucking
about
punch me
me.
in the face.
That would be good content.
There was nothing I would love more than Joel Embiid to lead the 76ers to a championship. I would fucking love it. He would be the greatest player ever. I just don't see it. And I'm worried that we're going to wait too long and he's going to be so.
Well, if we don't win within these next 2 years, I think he's ghost. I think he's out of here, bro.
Yeah, but we're going to get
Think?
nothing for him in 2 years.
Any
Whatever.
thoughts?
Then we got to start over then.
I
Whatever.
think we have a 3-year window. And
3
it's
years. All right,
closing
3
quick.
year.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Real
Cut-
quick. I don't like it.
A couple things
Well,
that
year 3 of that window, I'm jumping the fuck out of it.
all right. We're gonna go off the beaten path a little here because
Beat
we
it.
got, we're almost at the hour mark and that's we
That's
just,
our limit.
we just can't go longer
Anything
than
over
that.
than that is overtime.
We just
I
can't
turned
go longer
time
than
We
that.
get paid time and a half.
I'll turn into a pumpkin.
Okay. So something happened to me recently that I have been avoiding my entire life.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Another DoorDasher hit on your wife.
No. By the way, I've had a lot of conversations about that, and people are taking it very seriously. Some people they think it's not a good thing, and I'm
It's
just like,
very
It's
unprofessional.
not. That's
I was
it's scary,
listening
too.
back to my response, and it was kind of like I was joking, but it's very
Well,
unprofessional
that's what
to do that
we
shit.
take the serious matters and we joke about it. That's what we do.
I'm
but
just an
that is a
asshole,
very
but,
no, mine, but that's
I
a
was,
very
I was watching my response
Afterwards,
back, and I was like,
it's
okay,
"That's an
okay, but
asshole."
Fink, I have done nothing. I have not reported this to Caviar. I have taken no action against James. Is it your recommendation that I do something?
yeah.
Put it out there. So
Give me
we can go,
$100
make it
and
go
I'll kill
viral. Reach out to Caviar and say, hey, I got this thing that happened to me and my wife. I need some sort of
I'm
compensation.
just like almost too
By the way,
lazy.
if we look purple tonight, it's because we
Yeah.
have these weird LEDs going, and we don't know how to turn them the fuck
I think it
off.
might be good for
I
us.
thought it was just a
it's our
drone.
Jimi
I
Hendrix
think,
era.
I think it looks good. Okay. One last thing I want to get into because, like I said, something happened to me that I've been staving off my entire life. Okay. And I'm just going to bring this up real quick just to show you what it is because my,
my
daughter got a cat.
What is that
Yes,
thing?
let's go.
My
Is that
da-
a stuffed animal?
My daughter got a
Wow.
cat.
That's actually a really pretty cat.
The cat's name is Bean.
Bean.
Is it not? You don't think it's a beautiful cat? Look at that baby.
See, now Fink has a special affinity for the cat because, as I mentioned to everyone, he's a cat expert. He's had a long-standing, publicly covered affair with Joel Catbead. Did Joel Catbead die?
Oh my god, no.
What is going on? man?
What is going on?
You are the death merchant
One
tonight.
thing murdered it.
I don't know.
You were talking
Joel
about Pat Bev
he is,
dying out in
uh,
Israel.
No,
He
I
is
said
staying with my parents right
Yeah, Joel Catbead got put on the fucking back
Oh,
burner
so
after
Dev
Magic
would
came
not
around.
have-
now. No,
Yep.
not
Let's-
like that. Not
let's-
like that.
All right, hold on.
He's still-
Explain.
It was like Joel to
He-
the left, to the
he
left.
still likes to sneak out sometimes and like run around the yard and stuff. He
Hmm.
just like he literally just stays on my parents' block. He really goes from yard to yard. And I don't want to bring him into the city because if he sneaks out, I don't know if he will return.
From
That
ghetto to
really
ghetto,
scares
the
me.
backyard, the
You gotta,
yard.
And
you
my
gotta get
mom-
him tough, man. Let him out in them city
So
streets.
he's tough. He comes home with cuts
Wait,
and
does
scratches.
Joel Catbead get along with Magic?
They met about 2 or 3 times, and Joel Catbead did not want anything to do with him. But if you're living together,
They
Yeah,
met
together
it eventually
met
works
2
out.
or
Yeah,
3
it eventually
times.
works out. Couple
Yeah,
right hooks
Fink
from
was like,
Joel.
"Hey,
screaming,
Mom, Can you take my cat?
no, that's not
I gotta
how it went.
move in with my
That's not how it
girlfriend.
went, just-
She's not
that's
gonna
not how
have it.
went. I'm a man.
Is that
I'm
not how it
40.
went? Man, I'm 40. You're not 40.
Almost.
Lucky guy. Wait, do you have a 40th coming up that we can create some magical party around?
Oh my god, look what I just
How old are you?
We got
Fink?
about like 4 more years, but
Find that.
Here's what
every
we're
week.
gonna do to celebrate your birthday, Fink. Right here.
Yo,
We're gonna
it's
finally
Christmas in
drink.
July. Look what I just found, man. Christmas in July.
Nietzsche is
Fireball
holding
City.
a 3-foot candy cane full of Fireball nips that Radical Squirrel said he was gonna drink.
That was
Come
from.
on.
That wasn't from. That was like.
That's for Christmas. I think Squirrel brought this.
No, I think that was like
That's what
Rochelle.
they made Devin's
I think.
mom drink back at the tailgate.
That was
That's right.
one of the girls brought that. I think it was Rochelle.
Okay. So we'll get right on this. We haven't done any work on this since
Yes, I
December.
think you're right. That's our girl.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
maybe we'll take one of these down tonight just because it's Christmas in
Pop
July.
them open. Pop
All
them
right.
open.
Can I ask you
We got
guys,
more
though?
Christmas decoration. We
Yeah.
got a Placido Polanco bobblehead.
That was Fink's gift, I
Yeah,
think.
I think you want it, Meech, and you haven't taken it.
Okay. Before we
Good
go,
one.
can I get recommendations, though, on how to deal with a cat? Because honestly, I've avoided cats. I'm not a particularly catty
What do you
type
mean?
of
How do you
guy.
deal
Here's
with
my
it?
recommendations on cats. No matter where you throw them from, they land on their feet.
Oh, Jesus.
True.
Throw the cat.
No, that is
Just
not good
toss it,
advice.
man. It'll land on its
Can you
feet.
help me as a true cat guy?
So I'm just gonna say, like, cats are a-holes. There's not really predicting anything cat does.
I'm
They
screwed.
choose their owner. So are you? Who's it been spending the most
They
time with?
choose
My
their owner.
daughter, intentionally.
All right, so it's probably gonna be like her buddy.
That's the idea.
Like Joel Cat B, like he followed me around. He slept in bed with me by my feet and everything. Whoa, voice crack.
That happens.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
It's Joel Cat, Mom. Slept on my feet.
But there's like no way to like do like they just roam. They do what they want.
So it doesn't matter what I do.
No, what
Cats are.
they'll tell you when they're hungry. They'll tell you when something's wrong.
Okay.
They want you. Like,
Now, Rocky
do-
has experience with cats as well. Rocky, what's your opinion on cats?
So we got two cats. And I always had this opinion before I lived with two cats. Dogs are domesticated. Cats are wild animals. You can't domesticate a cat. They
Can only hope to contain it.
exactly like Fink said. They do what they want.
Oh, look who came in the
Oh,
chat late.
Squirrel, what up, dope?
Squirrel, we need you here.
cat-
so many nips.
Cats do
Go
what they
ahead.
want.
Squirrel, we need you to chase away the cats.
So we had two cats at the crib. We got one cat who is a complete a-hole, like Fink says, and we have another one that's like really sweet. And they do what the hell they want. They jump up on stuff, they knock shit over.
Right.
One sheds, one doesn't. They, like he says, when they want to eat, they make a fuss. You know what I mean? They're a little bit to deal with, but they're also
What's the upside to having these things?
That's a good point.
love and
my,
affection.
my
Meech.
wife is the cat person.
Don't you have
so.
a girlfriend and a wife?
I said love and affection. She doesn't love
Well, I
me.
could use a little extra. So if the cat's willing to provide that, I'll take it.
Yeah,
If I need to find love and affection from a sneaky ass friggin' cat,
yeah, it's cat. They're definitely sneaky too. They like weird shit
like
too.
that about
All right, we're not bashing cats here. all right? I love cats.
They like weird shit. So we had a bunch of boxes laying around near the door
Tell
for
us about
trash
these
day,
boxes.
and cats love being inside boxes for some reason. So
If
you'll
I-
notice that.
If I fit, I sit.
Um,
I love recycling boxes.
He loves
Is
breaking
that
them
a
down.
cat killing comment?
No, I'm
yeah,
just
that
saying.
didn't sound
They
right.
like living in them. I like
So,
recycling them. We have
hopefully-
different,
Go ahead.
Hopefully, Beans is a nice, friendly
Yeah.
cat and not an a-hole type of cat. Because it can go one. Is it a
Yeah,
female
that's
or
what
a
I'm
male?
hoping. Female.
Kitten?
Okay.
Not good.
Kitten?
The female at our house, the female is the cool, nice one, and the
Okay.
male is the.
Is it a
Butthead.
kitten, Jesse?
Yeah, it is a
Because
kitten.
like I literally found Joel. Like I went to my parents' house. He walked up to me on the street and was like hopping on one leg. And
Just to
I'm
clarify,
just a sweet
this is
guy.
what it looks like.
beautiful cat. Look at that thing.
Do you like that Phantom of the
I
Opera?
do.
type
I like
thing?
the white right down the nose that
Yeah.
goes down the side like that.
The cool thing is I have
look, it
this.
looks like the middle finger in the middle of the head. Put that back.
No, Mitch, no.
Put that picture back. It looks like it's giving you the middle finger in the
Do you
middle
like
of its head.
that? Do you
Oh,
like
it
that?
does. So every time Jessica gets me at the
Oh,
cat,
it does.
That cat is looking at you like,
giving me the
fuck
middle
you,
finger.
without even saying it.
The cool thing is I have a dog that has anxiety.
That's gonna help him.
and the
That's gonna help the
interaction
dog.
between the two has been. I haven't seen the cat yet though, so I'm going to go see the cat tomorrow. It's going to be interesting. It's probably going to hate me. The dog hates me too. I
I
don't
have
know why.
5 kids. None of them have anxiety. You have a dog with anxiety.
All right, it's just
So you
happening.
just have more kids, guys. That's the secret to life.
No, thank you. No, thank
Keep
you.
them coming.
At least this cat just poops in the litter. Okay. Anyway, point is this.
My kids.
Good luck
poop in
with the
toilet.
cat, man.
Okay, guys, listen.
You'll be
Really,
fine.
to wrap a bow
You'll be
on
fine.
this, what was a spectacular episode? There's no doubt. We got 10 more before we're at 100. And we got to be thinking about something really special. Like Fink jumps off the Walt Whitman Bridge. I don't know what it is.
Ben Franklin.
Terrible
We haven't
idea.
thought about it. Into a big
suicide
inflatable landing
episode? That
device.
was your plan.
So wait, we got
This was his
10.
building tours?
Wait, hold on. We got
I
10.
mean, you got to count them out, but 91.
we got 10 more until the
maybe
100th
9.
episode.
Yeah.
That 100th episode might be a good time for the squirrel baptism. It might be around that time of
if
year.
it doesn't time out, Raj, I mean,
It may
that's
be
not
about
how it
that time of
works.
year, though. Think about
By the way,
it.
I was thinking about the logistics of the squirrel baptism, and I'm like, I don't know how we're gonna get all the water there. So I don't have any idea. How
we just get in it. We just get
we
in
need a bathtub.
We get an inflatable pool and we just dip it in some pond water.
I have an idea.
We'll figure it out.
Can we do like the ball pit, like at McDonald's? I think that's way easier to do. You know, dip them in the ball pit. Who's with me?
No.
You don't think any McDonald's has a ball pit anymore? They're all shaped like gray bricks.
Yeah.
No, this is how we do it.
Think
with
about
no fun inside.
We got a bunch of coolers. Let the ice melt in the coolers. Throw the coolers in the truck. Splash them in the baby pool.
Could work.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, guys, that was fun. I mean,
We're
it
gonna
always
run
is.
by everybody.
It always is hanging out with you guys, and we're going to keep it moving and march towards 100. What we'll do for 91, I'm not sure.
Where we
yet.
at here? We had an hour.
Yeah, we went
5?
over. We've been having such a good
Man,
time.
you guys missing out on the British Open picks, but
Oh,
sorry
do you want
for
to throw
you.
that in real quick?
Nope.
Nope. He's not throwing the British Open picks.
Throw one in there.
You guys want one?
Yeah.
All right, one
We
more.
need one. Let's get a good.
So if you guys don't know, in the golf world, this week is the last major of the season. We got the British Open coming from Royal Troon out in England.
the British,
Or it's called the
Troon.
Open Championship. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll go through it real quick. All right, we got the usuals. Who
He's
you,
on it.
Scotty Scheffler, the favorite. Rory, the favorite. If you want to make some dollars, I'm gonna throw this one out there for you. This is the only one I'm gonna throw out there for you. 3-leg parlay for these three guys to finish in the top 20. All right. You got
this down.
Aaron,
Meach is writing this down.
Aaron Rye,
They spell Rye.
RAI,
R-I-Y.
Who's
RAI.
Oh, that guy's been on fire.
Yeah. You got Robert McIntyre.
Is that the
And
guy who just won the
He just
Scottish
won
Open?
last week, yeah. And he's been on fire as well.
Trendy pick.
Top 20, dude. Just finishing the top 20.
Fair enough.
3-leg parlay, and you got
Played
my
well in
man
Scottish.
Akshay
Won.
Bhatia. Akshay
Batia's
Bhatia.
been, yeah.
So you get a 3-leg parlay that's playing out plus 1721.
Oh shit, that's my wheelhouse.
And if you
right where
want
Mitch
to, if you
likes
want the
it.
moonshot, we got a 3-leg top 10. You put Rye in there, you put McIntyre in the top 10, and you switch out Bhatia for Tommy Fleetwood, the hometown kid coming from England. Aaron Rye is
Preach.
also a guy from England. So
So
that's
what does that pay to the?
Rock.
oh, that's a big one. Plus 44.95.
Can you
Oh,
auto
yeah.
draft my players for me for the British Open poll? Thank you in advance.
Anyway, we'll
Okay.
leave you all with that.
Ladies and
If you
gentlemen,
want to pick the outright favorite, which is dumb in golf because it's impossible,
Those 5 city pigeons watchers.
go with
out
Tommy
there. I
Fleetwood.
bet you
I'm
it's
sorry,
you.
go with the Shambo. Go with the
We
Shambo.
will tweet out Rock's parlay.
let us do that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. If you're watching this after the fact, thank you for checking it out. We'll see you next week. If you have any good ideas for what we can do for the 100th episode, we'll do anything. We're
I'll live stream why
think we'll
skydiving.
eat a rotisserie chicken at the pier down on Columbus Boulevard.
It's not a
We will
party.
never do that.
It's not a
Think
party.
You love it.
That's
You
my guy.
just love
The
it.
100th
Is that your guy?
episode, we're going to have Mike Meach versus.
Everybody check out Fink tonight on the Fantastic Sports Show. Fox 29 out this motherfucker.
No, we didn't even talk about that.
Devin Caney. Oh,
Wait.
she's hosting.
Guys, seriously, Fink and Dev on the Fantastic Sports Show tonight. We didn't even talk about that. We're keeping him late when he should be going to get his makeup done. I can't believe
Dude, you
this.
got makeup
Get
for
him
it?
out of there. Get him out of there. Ladies and
Holy
gentlemen,
shit.
check out the Finkster. Fink, we're looking forward to seeing you tonight.
Oh, I'm
I'm
gonna be
not going to make
fucking
it
yapping.
probably. What time is it at?
Put him on the camera, bro.
11:30,
Come on.
but I'm hearing that JD Vance speech may kick us
Oh
out.
my God,
little
that
bit.
is
JD Vance
not
can eat
cool.
my ass.